Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hopefully you guys are having an awesome weekend and having an awesome day. So I'm pretty excited to do this episode for you guys because I got some newer ball pythons about 2 weeks ago. If you guys missed the unboxing, we're gonna see them again today. So I know a lot of you guys are huge fans of the boas, but I also do keep some ball pythons. We did the boa side of the room tour a couple days ago. So we're going to try to do the ball python side of it now. We will start with the brand new ones because we've seen the other ones quite often. And I will show you guys those after these ones. But I'm very excited to show you the black pastel because that one is starting to turn out really, really nice. And only just a couple of months old. So I'll just set them on this black board right here just so they're a little bit easier to see the colorations. And we'll start out with this one on top. So the only male that I bought. And I'm pretty sure this one's in shed. So these are all just a couple of months old. This is the banana clown, which is insane. And I love the colors. So he is definitely in shed. You can see how the colors are pretty dull. And then the eyes are glossed over. But nonetheless, we can see a lot of the purple down the spine and from the clown. I love the clown markings with the yellow, the purple and the yellow. I just think this one looks super insane looking. And I'm really excited to see what this one's going to look like out of shed. So all of the new ones last week ate perfectly for me. They all ate wrap ups. So that's probably one of the reasons why they are, at least this one's going into shed, because I've noticed once you get them on rats, they start growing really fast. So that one is, I've always liked the bananas. I just got into the clowns, so why not get one that is a good combo? So this female right here is also insane looking. So this is the Orange Ghost Super Enchi, and I think her colors, I mean, all of the genes in this one go together. The awesome high whites on the sides, the bright yellows, and these awesome patterns with the brown. I just think she looks super awesome. It's a lot of genes in her. I have no idea exactly what could come out of her. But again, these are all 2020 babies. So even if I had any thought of breeding one, I wouldn't know what to do with them. And they are way too tiny. But I was looking around on the website when I was looking at the clowns, and she popped up. And I was like, man, she looks wild. So I had to buy her. And I'm very, very glad I did. Who knows? Maybe she'll look good with clown in her. But I'm pretty sure clown is recessive. So we'd only get hets out of that. So put her back. We'll take out, which one is this? All right, so this one is the pastel, and this one is just insane looking. Ridiculous patterns on her. Awesome head markings. It even looks like she has two eyes on the top of her head from those patterns. And I love how it's the single line all the way down, and it just kind of like bleeds over down the sides. That's what I really love about the clowns, how the patterns are almost all different, but it looks like it's dripping down their sides from the, from the pattern from the top. So I'm kind of surprised they're this active right now. I'm sure they're hungry because it is time for them to eat. Look at what she looks like underneath. So nothing crazy, just on the top is wild looking. So pastel clown. And like I said, all of these are eating wrap pups. So they should be growing pretty rapidly and getting nice, and I'm getting some good size on them, because even the ones that I have over here that I only got a couple months ago, they're growing up extremely fast. I know a lot of people feed them mice as their babies, but they can easily take wrap pups, and obviously they grow a lot quicker. So this is the butter clown. Again, it has the bright colors on the side. There might be a little bit too much light. And bright yellows. I love the clown markings. And again, this one's still dripping down the sides into the white. So we can see here, it's brown, and then it turns white down to the side, and then it goes to that solid line. And I love, there's a little on the top of her head, there's a heart. So that's pretty awesome. That's a cool little marking on her. Let's see if we can get it. There we go. Well, kind of. So she's just all white underneath as well. But she's got that awesome marking in front of the heart. So had to pick her up too. So I think, honestly, as of now, I think the pies and the clowns have to be my favorites. Jeans. I mean, they're just awesome. So let me put these away, and then we'll get out the other babies and the two other ones that I have in this rack right here. Okay, so we've all seen these girls before. Most of the time they're eating, but this is my Mystic, or a lot of people are saying it's a Blue-Eyed Lucy, but I don't know. I guess we'll find out when she grows up and get some patterns. But I've seen a lot of Mystic potions that look just like her. So she looks awesome. I love her colorations. And if you get her on the right lighting, you can really see a nice purple hue to her, which I'm sure she's going to completely fade out when she gets older, because most snakes do, which is definitely a bummer, because they're so bright and vibrant when they're babies, and they just lose everything as adults. And that's how boas are. Most of the boas are as well that I have seen. But all of these have been, as you've watched in the past, great eaters on live. Getting them on pre-killed now, and then hopefully switching them from the pre-killed over to frozen thawed, just because wintertime is coming, and in Ohio we do have some pretty, sometimes we have harsh winters, sometimes it snows real bad, we have ice storms. So going out once a week in those conditions to get live, I would rather not deal with. So if I can get them on frozen thawed before all that happens, I would be extremely happy with that. So, and all of these are, you know, mid 2020 born. So we'll look at the albinos. I cleaned all of the cages before the video, and the albinos, I don't know if it was the male or the female that was in shed. They both could be in shed, but I like the albinos. I like how they have the, you know, the red eyes and the bright whites in between the yellows. I just think they have really good markings for being an albino. Definitely better than the boas. And I've said that in the past. Just the brightness. They keep their patterns as adults. I'm pretty sure they fade out though, but you can definitely tell that they're yellow, and then the white contrast on them. So this is the male, and then not sure the order that I pulled these out, but the female could be next or down the line. Yeah, it's not quite here yet. Okay, so this is the pastel, the black pastel pied, and super excited to show you guys her. Every time I look at her, I need to fill up all their water dishes. Every single time I look at her, she starts to get more and more of these black speckling spots on her. So there's 3 there. Those are, I believe, new. And then there's one down. There was someone somewhere else. I don't know. There's one starting right there. Right here. 1, 2, 3. I thought there was another one somewhere. Maybe not. But this girl looks good. I like the high white pieds. Depending on the coloration. Like the albinos, I'd get one that was a medium pied, but I definitely like the solid white with just a little bit on the head, the neck, and then on the tail, so we can actually see the pattern and the coloration of what it actually is. But this girl is really, really awesome, really friendly, really active. They're all active, but again, normally they should be eating right now, and I'll feed them after this on a separate video. And then, so this is the female albino right here. So she is definitely not in shed. So her colors are definitely way, way, way more vibrant than the male. So she's definitely getting size on her. Those rat pups have definitely proven growth rate on them tremendously than mice. So definitely pleased on that. This girl is really, really bright. And I don't think this camera is going to pick it up, but like on the tops here, it's really bright orange. But I'm sure that'll all fade out in due time. So it's weird holding the ball pythons and the king snakes after I've been messing around with the boas, just because they're so tiny. And they feel a lot more fragile. And then we have my female, just a normal pied, nothing special. Well, she is special. She's a pied, but no special like extra genes in her. So she's got one black mark here, and I don't think she's not starting to have any more showing. But again, she just has the tail markings, the neck and the head markings, and I just love how white they are with the contrasts on the, the regular colors that make them up. So really, really excited to watch these girls grow up. Get some size on them. See how they're doing in the next couple of years. So I now have 3 pieds. I have a male that's a couple years old and 2 that were born this year. So I'm going to put these away, and then we'll take a look at the last 2. And this is kind of like a really fast run through, because we'll see these snakes through multiple videos that I'll put up in the future. So I'm trying to get a little mixture of the boas, the ball pythons, and the anacondas. So not to overload with one too many videos of the same, but hopefully you guys don't mind seeing the ball pythons in the future. So all right, so this is my male pied, and this is my this is my 3rd snake that I ever got. I thought this would have been my 2nd, but this is my 3rd. I got the California King, then the pastel, and then I got her on a Black Friday deal at Petco. And I know a lot of people hate buying snakes at Petco, and I was very new into snakes, didn't know anything about them. And, Black Friday deal, got her as a very small baby, but he has been extremely healthy, eating very well. He's live only, which is kind of the only problem with that. But, I mean, I think he looks really good. So I would still consider this to be a higher white pied. You can see some nice patterns on him. And then there's kind of like a smiley face right here. Kind of like the eyeballs and then the smile. That might be a stretch though. A little bit of a stretch. But he is very, very shy. So he basically coils up, and if I even try to touch him, he balls up super fast. So, oh, he's coming out to say hi. Not really, great pet. Like I said, but on my Petco I've had no issues at all. And he's big, so I don't know how much more he will grow, but I would say this is a pretty big male ball python. So he should just stay there while we look at the pastel. So the pastel, oh wow, this is a horrible time to be making this video. So she is deep in blue, big time. And her colors are definitely faded out, super dark. And she probably doesn't even look like a pastel right now. But I'm gonna show her to you guys anyways. So this is the first ball python I got. Again, I got her at PetSmart. I've had no issues with her. And I may have been feeding her from the beginning very lean because again, I didn't know much about ball pythons then. Feeding her mice for a long time because she's about she's about 5.5. And I've seen 2-year-old, 3-year-old ball pythons that are bigger than her. So she does eat medium rats now. So definitely trying to put the weight on her that I think she's supposed to have. And she's feeding every 2 weeks-ish, a little over 2 weeks, depending on how she's feeling. But I would say, she's a good size for a ball python. And I'm glad she's in shed because, she is growing even more and staying healthy. And she's a little shy too. All right, so that is it on the ball pythons. Hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing those. I definitely like looking at those every once in a while and interacting with them because they're a lot more low-key and relaxed, and I don't have to worry about anything weird happening with the ball pythons like I would maybe with the boas or the other, potentially bigger snakes that I have in the room. And so, obviously you guys are going to be seeing a lot more of the ball pythons in later videos. So hopefully you guys don't mind seeing them more and more. And so this will wrap up like part 2 of the snake room tour. I'll do a part 3 with the king snakes, the green anacondas, and then I'll throw in the Burmese with that. So stay tuned for that one. And I need to feed now all of the ball pythons. So that'll be a nice little chore. Probably another long video for you guys. But again, trying to flip them all over to frozen thawed. We'll see what happens. And hopefully you guys have an awesome weekend. And I'll see you guys on the next video.